Good morning.
Good morning.
Take two.
Yeah.
Dogs went a little crazy and was moving the camera and whatnot, but we had a pretty good scare yesterday. So insane winds, crazy winds, and you were at the house, and
Even like there in the house, it was just, you can hear the crazy gusts.
Yeah.
It was wild.
yeah, so literally the winds were going crazy. Power in the camper started flickering, and I came out and I checked the cord that went to the RV and to the power, to maybe the wind was hitting it, because it was just like just barely, and I was just like, okay.
What was it like?
And then everyone knows that. Did that, and I went back in the camper, and I'm like, man, it's still going. Like, I guess power's about to go out. And I was uploading a video, and I was like, man, I just need like 15 more minutes. Come here, buddy. I need like 15 more minutes. So I'm going to put my hotspot on my phone and put it in the camper window so we can get some service and get it uploaded. And I looked out, and there's just smoke everywhere. And I was like, oh, no. If for smoke to be as thick as it was here, which I don't even think it translated in video, it's got to be close. So I came out, and instantly it smelled like someone was barbecuing right here. I mean, it was just so strong. And so I was like, holy crap. So I ran over to the barn. I started looking out everywhere. And then I was like, it's almost 30-mile-an-hour winds. I'm going to throw the drone in the air. If we lose it, we lose it. Who cares? I got to see how far away this is. And it was just right there. And
It was so scary.
yeah, and I'm like, holy cow. Like, we were just talking about how Trevor's parents, they had it in their backyard, and all these fires going on, and people being evacuated out of the whole town, and just different things. And then you just never think it'd be like in your backyard. And the only thing that I can assume, because it was almost instant, the power company truck came driving by, the county trucks came by, the fire department came by, every neighbor within 2 miles came by, and because no one knew. I mean, I ended up driving down there. Nobody knew where it was coming from, because the wind was just pushing smoke everywhere. And it's crazy to think that, I think if we're ever in trouble, we're going to call a power outage, and we're going to call a fire department, because it'll probably take... They got here insanely quick.
Yeah.
And we've been told over and over and over, when just living out here, if you have a problem, you better take care of it and then call the cops.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for cops to get out here. Lucy, no.
I was going to say she's...
Yeah, no. Get out.
Getting jealous of Packer over
Yeah.
here.
And nope. Not doing it. Nope.
No.
And so, it was pretty crazy to think, and it's just like, we're far along on our stuff. We're not maybe far along on our build, but could you imagine if this just burnt down?
Oh, no.
And so many people have their houses burnt down from these fires around here that they worked so hard for 40 years, you know, and then it's just gone. And yes, most people have insurance and it covers it, but still, like, there's stuff that you can't get back.
Yeah, and it might not even necessarily cover it all.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's just, this start over would just be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, so the only thing that I can think is, because we lost power about the same time the smoke started, everything. So I think, because I was watching our pole and it was rocking big time, so the only thing I think is lines fell off, hit the ground, started fire, those winds caught it, and just... And it was pretty crazy. I ended up seeing the neighbor out on the road, because he ended up pulling up behind me down there, and I talked to him for a minute, and he was like, if it gets any closer, I'm going to get... He has somebody he knows with the bulldozer, and just bulldoze a line down it. And, I mean, the fact that there were just neighbor after neighbor after neighbor. Yeah, and it makes you feel good knowing that you're in a good area, because we don't really know a lot of people, but everyone around here has been here their whole lives, and they know everybody's properties and stuff, and they know, like, if it was theirs, people would come over to help. And it was just a good reminder, I guess, that like, you know, Bristow, Oklahoma, Bristow, America ain't the biggest town. It ain't the most grand town. It ain't, you know, all the stuff. But
the most glamorous.
But there's some good people around here. We've met a lot of them, and
definitely.
It was just a scary brush of, holy cow, what if that fire does keep coming this way? I mean, those winds could have easily just pushed it, and I don't know. It makes you grateful for what you got, even though it may not be finished or a lot. It's just, I'd be heartbroken if it.
There would be no words.
Yeah, and so, so that was a little bit of a crazy time, but then we had to take your 4Runner today, get oil change, wheels rotated and stuff.
You know, maintenance.
Yeah, we do that on some things. We have our classic. My baby's a classic too.
1991.
Yeah, we have the 91 4Runner out here right now.
Yeah.
And we've had a few issues with it, and we've got it in the shop. We got it out of the shop. I just figured out a minute ago, the brake light kept coming on, and I was, man, we just took it to the shop. We did all this stuff. I had to pour in just like 2 extra drops of brake fluid, and the light went off. Like, it's very sensitive. So that is definitely a female, very, very sensitive. But yeah, I don't know. We, luckily, as you could tell she's bundled up. It is a little chilly this morning.
Yeah, it's just the wind's cold.
Yeah.
Once the wind starts blowing, it's like, ooh, that's crispy wind.
Yeah, it's supposed to get to the 60s today, but it ain't there yet. But I'm just very grateful that the wind isn't just whipping. And we have read through comments, and we have, looked at stuff and figured stuff out, whether that's on the Crockers or Crocker Life, Coffee Crockers, camping, whatever. And there's so much going on. I guess it's hard to really talk about one thing, but the house build, there's certain things that you don't know unless you know. And so we're learning, and we're building a different type of house than we've ever built. So there's stuff with that we're trying to like learn.
I mean, just with everything we do.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's one.
Yeah, everything in general that we do is like, I mean, it is learning as we go. We do try to look into it, but a lot of stuff in general you don't really know until you get your hands on and you start going. And then, we do get comments that do say, like, hey, you're actually supposed to do this. And it's like, oh, I just didn't know that.
How would you know?
Yeah.
You don't know till you know.
Yeah.
And then we have, the house, and we just got that deep cleaned and everything, done up real nice, and it felt great. It felt refreshing, I guess would be the word.
I just neglected it for...
I've been telling her, your woman duties got to get on it.
I was never there unless I was going to work.
We both weren't there, and we both neglected it.
But like, you hardly would go. I would only go.
But still, Lucy, come on, girl. You're waking up Rufio.
Yeah, when I was going to work, and I was just there long enough to sleep, then come back out. And it's been like that, since we got Shoot Dang Ranch. So
yeah, for years.
So obviously the house I would just surface clean here and there. But it got bad. I mean, a lot of stuff with the house just got neglected, just because our priorities were out here.
Yeah.
And I know you had said something in the other coffee with the Crockers about the carpet there.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about.
Yeah, because when we first met, I had got the carpet like steam cleaned and everything, and so it's time again, and so that's happening. We're getting it steam cleaned.
Yeah, but different company this time. Recommendation from your Graham.
Yeah.
She is our manager now at this point. Not taking it away from Chrissy.
Oh yeah.
But
our house manager.
She's the floor manager. What do you call it? I guess just house. Is that what you're called?
Oh, house supervisor?
Yeah, she's house supervisor. So, Chrissy's our manager. Graham is house supervisor.
Yeah.
Lucy. No, Mama still got to recover a little bit. But we're taking care of that. We, a lot of you guys were like, hey, if it were me, I would steam clean it and then go from there. You could throw some rugs down in the baby room. You could whatever.
Well, to me too, I know you were like, let's just replace the carpets.
Because last time we paid quite a bit of money to get them cleaned.
Well, because before though, there wasn't really stains or anything like that. It was just, I was more so unhappy with what they did to the couch, because I also got the couches clean. I was like, well, that didn't really make a difference on the couches, but the carpet was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But now after having all the dogs in the house and stuff too, there's a lot more stains and everything where it really does need a good once over.
Yeah, and so we're take care of that, and then as you guys,
so the baby can crawl around.
Yeah, and as you guys know, someday at some point, sooner than later, maybe after tornado season, we'll replace the fence there and everything, and it's just one of those that we've tossed around for a long time of, do we really even show footage at the house in town? Do we film there? Because we get a lot of flack for it, and
we're obviously there more now than ever before.
Yes, but before, if we even we're just I don't know, if we showed even a glimpse of being there, people just freaked out. It was nuts, and it's even myself, I get it. It's more of this is our main thing. This is what we show. This is what y'all know. There's probably a massive portion of people that don't even know we have the house in town.
Yeah. Well, that's why people get upset with you too for not building, because they think we don't have the house, and they're like, well, you have a baby and you're spending your time doing this and not getting, which is understandable.
Yeah, but we are getting things ready for the baby, and the baby is top priority, and that's why we're trying to do the things at the house to get it ready. And then on top of that, we will have a full baby bedroom there, fully set up, fully ready, everything. And then we're building out here clearly, and then we'll end up having a baby room here and all that type of stuff in due time.
We'll move whenever.
Yeah, but it is, I don't know, it is weird thinking that we're we've already filmed more lately at the house than we have in probably who knows how long. And someone, what was the comment? Jason looks weird on that couch or something. What was it?
It's funny seeing Jason in a comfy house on a comfy couch.
Yeah, and I understand it. It's funny. I thought about this earlier. What was it? 7:30. We had to take your car to the dealer. So, I fully can't remember. I think it was as soon as we got back. Yeah, I was like, I can't remember if I shared before we went or after, but it was after. And I was just in the shower, and I was just like, I don't think a lot of people have ever seen me just in a house. People have watched where it's I was at the original Off Grid, and then we had...
They would see you at the hotel going live every Friday.
But that's not a house.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying, it's just different.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people have actually seen me in a house, so a lot of people can't picture that, and a lot of people don't know it, and it's just it's, I don't know the right word. It just doesn't look natural for me, I guess, to be in a house, but it's pre-YouTube, Jared and I, we lived together, and we always had a really nice rental house or a really fancy, we try to get, wherever we lived, we try to get the nicest apartments. We always tried to have the comfort of everything. And it's just funny that when you put your whole self out to the whole world, all they see is just rough, Well,
because it has been rough for a long time, and with very minimal comforts.
Yeah, and so I think a lot of people are worried, which I fully understand. But I think a lot of people are worried, oh my gosh, that baby's going to have a rough life, when in reality, it's really not. That baby's going to have it really good. And it's almost, this is the way ever since we found out we were pregnant, I get flack for that. It kind of switched, and it was just our primary location is the house in town now. This is still a priority, and it's still, something we would love for it to be done tomorrow, and whenever it is done, we'll move in.
Mm-hmm.
But the main priority is have a solid roof, a solid foundation, a solid plan. When that baby pops out, it never knows the suffering we went through to build this place. By the time that baby's old enough, it'll never even know the difference. It'll just be like, well, I live here.
Yeah.
So that's just our main plan there is take care of everything at the house, make it comfortable, make it good. And there may be days, honestly, like it sucks. Rufio, he's our old boy, he hates car rides. But there may be a point where we're like, you know what, we can't even be out here for a couple of days and load all the dogs up and take them to the house in town, and we may just be there. I mean, what if we just have baby appointment after baby appointment? Maybe the baby's sick. Maybe, you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know, so we're prepping everything for that. And as far as the farm animals, I mean, that's easy peasy. They take care of themselves, and
hit up Trevor.
Yeah, and it's like with our farm animals and stuff, especially by the time the baby gets here, everything will be set up how it needs to be. And then with also, just because we want our lives to be, this is something we talked about for a long time, where we have self-feeders. And it's like, our birds, we throw out chicken or corn, whatever it's called.
Scratch stuff.
Yeah, crushed corn, and then chicken scratch. And so, well, you can throw that in a deer feeder, and they'll throw it out, and the birds are good. Technically, they don't even need it. It's just extra. And then goats and cows, they just need hay. Okay. They'll be fine. Yes, they get other stuff.
Yeah,
but
a mineral block out, and then there we go.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine if whatever reason. And then the pigs, you can put a feeder in there and pigs will eat, and then we've been watching them munch on roots and all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's just mainly the dogs. So we're trying to just, again, we got to get the fence fixed. We got to do stuff like that because it's just life. And I've accepted this for a little bit now that some people will not like the fact of the life that we'll be living where it's back and forth. Some people won't like it because they're just invested fully in this property, that one build, that one thing, and that's fine.
Too, we don't want to be living back and forth either.
It takes a toll on you.
It does, but, that's truly the best option in our situation, so.
Yeah, and how fortunate are we to have two properties? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're fortunate to have it. We would be dumb not to utilize it. So, I guess what I'm getting with that is there will be some, and we're very, very much aware of that people won't like it.
Yeah. And
that's perfectly fine. Again, the top priority is the baby, not pleasing certain people who watch our channel and only care about building. But you guys that have literally said, I mean, there was someone that I told you, they said, why don't you sell the house in town, sell this property, get that money, and then go buy something else that you love, and it's just one thing, you have it, it's already finished. And I was like, how much your house is in Florida? Instantly, I'm like, do I want to live in Colorado or Florida? Where are we going here? And then I was like, man, well then Paragon is going to be... Paragon will move to Florida with us.
They'll move with us.
But then Brandon's going to be further. There started being stuff like that I'm
he
like...
He could sail on over.
Yeah, he could. He would love it. He'd be like, hey, get me a boat slip out there. Yeah. And, but I was like... I was blown away that someone even put it out there that was like, sell both. Yeah. And just start fresh somewhere else. You know the biggest thing that people hate about us? You never finish nothing.
I know.
And for somebody to comment, hey, why don't you just sell both and start fresh somewhere else?
Yeah.
My mind was blown, and it just lets us know, it's like, we talk about this all the time, the transition of YouTube has been wild, and it was, and I don't mean to offend anybody if you've been around a while, this is not offensive towards y'all, and it's not offensive towards what I'm about to say at all, but I felt like it was just hardcore Christian country people, and that was it.
And there's nothing wrong with
that. That's what I'm saying. This is not a dig.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is...
But the difference... Let me rephrase, Jason.
I was still going to elaborate.
Yeah, but the difference is there's nothing better than hardcore country people or Christian country people, but judgmental.
So that's what I was about to get
Yeah.
to. So it was hardcore Christian country people, and that's due to the fact of the people that I associated myself with back when I first moved to Oklahoma, the different channels, and I fully understand it. But holy cow, if they ever would have saw me with alcohol, they would have lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking alcohol the whole time. It was just in a Sprite can. But they would have lost their minds. They, like, anything that I do, if I would have said fart, they would have lost their mind. It had to be so cookie cutter, clean cut, no mistakes at all, or I would just get chewed up. And now I feel like over the years, and then we had hardcores this and hardcores that and all this stuff, and over the years of all the stuff happening and where we're at now, we've weeded out all the people that are thin-skinned that can't handle who we are.
Yeah.
And now we have people that are super I don't know how to describe it. You're in our wheelhouse of the world. Do we believe in God? Yeah. Are we religious people? Yeah. Do we go to church? No. Do we drink alcohol? Yes. Are we alcoholics? No. Are we drinking alcohol right now? No. She still is, but I'm not.
What?
No, but I think we finally found a group, the majority of the people that
There's
watch,
just
that...
not judgmental
Correct.
people. That's judgmental people that think they're, again, better than you, look down on you.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Everybody can have different opinions and live differently, and that's okay.
But whose way's really right?
Yeah,
it's only right to the person living that life.
Yeah, that's the
Lucy,
whole
no.
thing. And
No.
imagine how boring the world would be, too, though,
Oh,
if we were
yeah.
all the same.
Yeah.
So that's what makes everything beautiful.
Yeah.
We're all different, and that's okay.
Yeah, and
It's okay.
we're
As
very...
Jeremy would say.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. We're very happy that we found our people on here. Technically, y'all found us, I guess. But we're very happy with it, and the fact that, we're having a baby and you guys are just like, do whatever you feel like you need to do. Mm-hmm. That is like hardly ever been said to us over the years.
Yeah.
It was always, we just felt so obligated to like, gotta give the people what they want, gotta give them what they want, but at the end of the day, you become miserable. Mm-hmm. And
at the end of the day, like, all of this too is, it's not just building or whatever, it's truly like us trying to live our dream life and building it up ourselves.
Yeah.
Whatever that entails.
Yeah. This YouTube is just basically a video diary of our lives, and that's the beauty of it, is being called The Crockers, because it's just going to follow us and what we do. And if anyone wants a dog, let us know. But I don't know. I just, there's certain days that I'm just like, oh my God. I was talking to Danielle this morning about it, that I can hyper focus on certain things. And if I'm like, gotta go camping, we gotta get this 4Runner going, we gotta go camping, and when it's not happening, I get really bummed out, and then that's all I can think about, and then it's hard. I'm not focusing on the house, I'm not focusing on this or that or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the thing to hyper focus on is just like us being happy and being comfortable and living the life we want. And it's very easy to get distracted from that, through everything else. So
well, it's just like the mindset of, like, it's very easy to get into where it's like, I'll be happy if I have this, or I want.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's everybody. We all want. We all, like, that's the whole thing about, getting trapped into worldly things. It's like, at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. Like, obviously going to do things or whatever is so much fun and it's great, but it's not sustainable for happiness. It
is. Maybe it is. Could you imagine if 1 week we're on the beach, next week we're in Colorado? I'd be happy as heck.
That's true.
What are you talking about? We just need to win the lottery.
Yeah. But, I think everybody does this, where you do, whether it's materialistic things or, again, vacations, whatever, everybody gets trapped into what you don't have, what your life isn't doing, and just, like, I don't know necessarily how to wrap it up, but
it's just easy to get.
It doesn't matter. It just, at the end of the day, it's mindset. It's like, but also it's just a distraction for what you do have, and it's
easy to get caught up in the what ifs and then not what you got.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's one of the things too that, you know, which we understand. We signed up for this, but not everyone out there films their life, and it just happens that if we're not filming our life, we're not making money. Which clearly you have a job outside of this, but as far as YouTube goes, and part of our life is doing things like building or the farm stuff or the whatever, and a lot of times it's not fun, and it's part of the time, you know, where it's like, oh, I wish I could be doing this instead, but I got to do this, and it's
like we just got to get set up first,
and
then life will follow almost.
And that's what I told Danielle this morning. I was like, I can get so caught up in stuff, but like we're so much closer than we're not. You know, we really don't have, like, yes, if you look at the house, it looks so far away, but the way we're building it, it's really not. We're not far off from putting metal on it, and then once it's closed in, it's like, holy cow, electric, plumbing, spray foam, drywall, move in. You know, so
that's what's crazy. It's truly, I mean, the biggest obstacles, honestly, it's, you know, how much everything costs. But like, it's truly not going to take much longer. I feel like the hardest parts are getting done, and like what I told Jason too this morning was like, it's like that old saying, is that how do you eat an elephant? Just one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. And so I think it is important though, for especially people like us, every now and again, treat yourself, make it worth it, whatever that may be.
Especially if you haven't been comfortable for a while. It's like, do enjoy the comforts that you have. Take a moment and be comfortable for a second, you know? Yeah,
because there was another comment too that was like, just take your time. I forgot who they said it was or whatever, but they're like, they've been building their house for 5 years and they still got so much left to do. You know, it's just, how relatable is it to be like, hey, we're trying to pay for this with the money we have. We're not trying to take out loans. We're not trying to get in a lot of debt. That means you have to slow down the build. That means life is going to hit you with, you know, a car problem or health or
surgery.
Just anything, you know, like just anything. An electric bill that, you know, winter or summer may just be double or triple or whatever, and that kicks you out of what you needed for this. Or
And there's just something, too, about being on YouTube where you forget that that's normal. It's like a totally normal thing because so many people will comment and be like, oh, you're just lazy, not working, this and that. Or it's like, again, it's one bite at a time. It's a lot of money. Every step is so much. And we're trying to go as we go. And it's just, I don't know, it's like, wait a second. This is normal. We're not doing it. Like, this is okay. Like, we're not doing anything bad here.
No. And there are, you know, some channels out there that can bust it out and do it quick. Hey, good for them. At the end of the day, Danielle, her profession is a nurse. Mine, I was a videographer. Like, we're not house builders. We're not fence builders. We're not mechanics. We're not all this stuff. So we're learning as we go. But the thing is it's, I've probably talked about it on here before, but I've talked to Danielle about it too. It's like, say it takes us 3 years to build this property up and finish the house and all that stuff. Who buys property, does it all, builds a house, and it's all paid off in 3 years? How many people do that? How many people go buy something that's already done and then pay it off in 3 years? So it's easy to get wrapped up in like, oh, well, someone else is doing this, or, you know, people commenting or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm super proud of what we're doing. And on top of that, we're juggling 2 properties, you know? And so,
we see.
I don't know. It's something that, you know, hopefully this video isn't seeming like we're ranting or anything like that. It's just more of like, holy cow, how many people can relate?
Yeah.
You know, it's very relatable.
It's not like, it feels good to be like, wait, this is relatable. This is normal. This is, you know. And
it's normal to, even if you get burnt out doing what you're doing, whether it's your job or whatever, and this is our job. Like, you know, there's times that you get burnt out, and it's like, how many people of y'all watching are either still working or used to work and would think, oh, I just need a week vacation. Well, it's the same thing for us, you know. So it's just one of those. It's when you're on YouTube and you're doing stuff, you're not really put in the same category as other people that have your normal 9 to 5 job or whatever it is. They just look at you differently, and at the end of the day, you just got to remember we're just doing normal people stuff here, and I'm happy with everything we're doing, and you got to find those little victories, and driving the old 4Runner was just a major victory to us, because that almost felt like impossible to have, and to be driving it and it be everything working fine, and so just to even have that, find those little victories, like, it really makes a massive difference. So again, we said it before and we'll say it again, we'll probably continue over and over and over, but thank you guys for y'all's support and for all the stuff that you guys have said, and it does mean the world to us, and just be chewing that up, boy.
I don't know who's chewing what.
Chewing a walnut or acorn or something, I guess. But yeah, we do appreciate it, and we want this more than anybody else because we're the ones living it. But at the end of the day, I'm just very thankful as a husband, a soon-to-be father. The man is supposed to be the provider. It's like, there's so many roles that are put on a man, and I'm not taking anything away from a mom or anything like that. It's just what I feel, and the fact that I know for a fact our kid won't have to struggle because we are situated and we're getting situated. That's great. I feel great. And, so
another thing you put on yourself is, we were talking, this was a little bit after surgery, a little bit ago, but talking about, well, you were still wanting the house to be like almost done by the time the kid comes, because because you said you don't want to leave, you're going to be gone working, you don't want to like leave just the parenting to me and all that stuff, and like, so it's just you're trying to do the super dad, the super husband, and provide and do all this stuff.
That's what a man wants to do.
But it's like, that I had to put in perspective for you too. It's like, okay, you doing all that, but then that's, would be my role as well. So I don't know.
I mean, I get it. It's just more of like, as the man of the house, the father, the husband, the provider, the whatever, you want to set these goals. Like, at the end of the day, if it's not done by then of course, it's like anyone that has to leave, go to work or whatever. It's just like, I don't want to miss those moments. So I will do everything in my power not to miss those moments. But clearly, when it comes down to it, we're both going to do what we need to do, whether that's, having to get a nanny and we're both working full time, or we're fortunate enough to where we both could be at home, or whatever the case may be. We will do whatever it takes. And that's why I know that we're in a good spot, and our kids gonna be very well taken care of. And I think I talked about it in here, and I'm pretty sure I said something to you and all that stuff, but like, even down to the fact of like, you didn't want to take those extra pain pills because you didn't want it to affect the baby in any way, so you just like suffered it out longer than you needed to, when everyone was like, just, you're fine, like, you could take the whatever the medicine was, but you're like, I'll just take Tylenol and I'm gonna like taper it down, and just that alone, you're willing to do that, and that baby ain't even out yet. So I don't know, one day when our kid is just, I hate you, Dad, I want you to watch this, son. Daughter.
Or, I was going to say, or daughter.
Yeah.
I did have a dream last night. That's what I told you, that we went to the OB. Still haven't gone yet, so this isn't a hint or anything. And that wasn't a hint, because we don't know. But she was like, all right, let's look at the gender, and then before we can even say we wanted to wait, she said, it's a boy.
Yeah.
So.
They did. What were we watching the other day? What was that? It was something, and a lady said she had pregnancy dreams and they came true.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe it was on a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember who that was. Some lady. It had to be a lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not technically, I guess. But anyways, guys.
Yes.
No. Scientifically, it could be whatever.
I think you got that reversed.
No.
Huh?
No.
You can only be a lady.
Baby, I know. Anyways,
No,
guys,
Lucy.
appreciate y'all watching this long.
No.
Appreciate the support for Cold Beer Ranch.
Yeah.
He's getting orders and getting emails from you guys, and I think Donna was your name.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that and sending that email and stuff. And it's just, I think, I also heard on a podcast or maybe as a video, people live their lives in 5 to 7 year chapters. And I really think that's true, because if I look back to each 5 to 7 years, it really is a different chapter of your life. And I feel like we've turned the chapter to like, hey, just be happy. And like, you want to see other people happy. You wanted to see happiness. You want to, like, everything about it is just like happy. Like, and I'm glad we were raised this way, but like, we were both raised like, just work. Just grind it out, work, do what you need to do, do that stuff. And, I do believe competition is good to an extent. So, like, you do, like, especially whenever, like, started YouTube and stuff, I would see these other channels and be like, I want to do better than that. I never wanted to see them do bad. I just wanted to do better. And so having competition to try to, like, set goals was good. But now, honestly, just at the point where it's just like, I don't care if it's just like a random YouTube channel I see pop up, or us out here, or people in real life, or people we're talking to, or whatever. Like, damn, I just want to see people happy and going for what they want, and getting the things they want, and like,
well, you've always been that way.
Yes.
Since I've known you.
Yes, but I'm personally not focusing on, like,
but
we gotta get this, it's just like, I'm just looking for happiness.
Yeah.
And whatever,
and
however.
What you used to do, too, is, like, then you would pour everything of you into those people to...
Well, yeah.
To try and have their dreams come true.
Yeah. I got let down a lot of times, so I quit doing that. But, no. Anyways. That's a little bit of a talk we missed yesterday, so made up for it on this one. Danielle just keeps on yapping. So anyways, hopefully you guys have a great day. The weather is phenomenal right now.
It's starting to warm up.
Yeah, wind died down. Thank goodness the fires stopped around us, and hopefully any of the fires around here and stuff have died down, and they can be manageable now, because there is just nothing worse than losing something that you have fought for and tried so hard to get. So hopefully you guys have a good one, and we'll be posting our next videos whenever they may come out, so be looking.
We might be going live tonight as you're watching this.
Oh, I wasn't planning on, but I guess we will. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. I know. I don't even, it's just trying to remember. The hardest part of being a YouTuber is remember what day it is.
Yeah.
Because there's no set thing. So, all right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.